Hey everyone, welcome back to All About Panama, the channel where we explore everything that makes Panama an extraordinary place to visit, live, and explore. Today, we're heading into one of the most intriguing and untamed regions in the world, the Darien Gap. This isn't just any jungle, it's one of the most dangerous and least explored places on Earth. It's wild, it's mysterious, and it's packed with incredible stories, stunning biodiversity, and even a bit of history. So if you're ready to venture into Panama's wild frontier, make sure you hit that subscribe button, buckle up, and let's dive into the untamed wilderness of the Darien Gap. First things first, what exactly is the Darien Gap? The Darien Gap is a dense, roadless stretch of jungle that straddles the border between Panama and Colombia. It's about 66 miles, 106 kilometers, long and 31 miles, 50 kilometers, wide, and it's the only break in the Pan-American Highway. This region is an impenetrable mix of swamp, mountains, and thick rainforest. It's known for its treacherous terrain, unpredictable weather, and the incredible diversity of flora and fauna that call it home. But what makes the Darien Gap truly unique is that it's one of the few places left on Earth that remains largely untouched by modern civilization. While it's a place of stunning natural beauty, the Darien Gap is also a land of extreme challenges. And for that reason, it's earned a reputation as one of the most dangerous places in the world. The Darien Gap is more than just a natural barrier, it's also a historical no-man's land. Throughout history, the Darien Gap has been a formidable obstacle for explorers, adventurers, and even entire nations. In the early 1500s, Spanish conquistadors tried to navigate this wild terrain in search of gold and a passage to the Pacific. But the jungle was unforgiving, and many expeditions ended in failure. Later, during the 17th century, the Scottish tried to establish a colony called New Caledonia in the Darien region as part of a plan to control trade between the Atlantic and the Pacific. But once again, the harsh conditions and disease took their toll, leading to the colony's eventual abandonment. Even in the modern era, the Darien Gap has thwarted efforts to connect North and South America by road. The rugged terrain and environmental concerns have kept the Pan-American Highway from being completed through this area, leaving the Darien Gap as one of the last great wild frontiers on Earth. Now, let's talk about what makes the Darien Gap so special, its incredible biodiversity. The Darien Gap is home to some of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet. In its dense jungles, you'll find everything from towering trees and rare orchids to a staggering array of wildlife. Jaguars, tapirs, harpy eagles, and poison dart frogs are just a few of the species that roam this untamed wilderness. Birdwatchers flock to the Darien for its incredible variety of avian species, including the iconic harpy eagle, Panama's national bird. These majestic raptors are one of the largest and most powerful eagles in the world, and spotting one in the wild is a true privilege. The region's rivers and swamps are home to caimans, giant river otters, and even the elusive jaguar. And if you're lucky, or maybe a little unlucky, you might come across some of the jungle's more intimidating residents, like venomous snakes or the infamous bullet ant, known for its incredibly painful sting. The Darien Gap's isolation has helped to preserve these ecosystems, making it one of the last truly wild places on Earth. But it's also a place where the jungle's beauty is matched by its danger. But the Darien Gap isn't just about nature, it's also home to indigenous communities who have lived in harmony with the jungle for centuries. The Embera and Wunan people are the primary indigenous groups in the Darien region. These communities have developed a deep connection with the land, living off the jungle's resources and maintaining their traditional ways of life despite the encroachment of the modern world. Visiting an Embera village is like stepping back in time. The houses are built on stilts to protect against flooding, and the people still practice traditional crafts like basket weaving and wood carving. They also have a rich oral tradition, passing down stories and knowledge from generation to generation. The indigenous people of the Darien are also some of the region's most knowledgeable guides, leading visitors through the jungle and sharing their deep understanding of the plants, animals, and history of the area. However, these communities face challenges as well. The encroachment of illegal logging, drug trafficking, and even tourism can threaten their way of life and the delicate balance of the ecosystem they depend on. Let's be real, the Darien Gap is not a place for the faint of heart. The challenges of this region are numerous, and they're what have kept it so wild and untamed. The terrain is one of the biggest obstacles. The jungle is dense and difficult to navigate, with no roads and only a few rough trails. Rivers and swamps can flood unexpectedly, and the mountainous areas are steep and treacherous. Then there's the climate. The Darien is hot and humid, with heavy rainfall for much of the year. The constant moisture creates a perfect breeding ground for insects, including mosquitoes that carry diseases like malaria and dengue fever. And finally, there's the human element. The Darien Gap has long been a hiding place for smugglers, guerrillas, and other criminal elements, making it a risky place to explore without proper knowledge and preparation. All these factors combine to make the Darien Gap one of the most challenging environments on Earth, and one of the most fascinating. As we look to the future, the Darien Gap remains at a crossroads. On one hand, it's a symbol of the wild, untamed beauty that still exists in the world. On the other hand, it's a region facing increasing pressure from development, deforestation, and human activity. There are ongoing debates about whether the Pan-American Highway should be completed through the Darien Gap, potentially opening up the region to more traffic, trade, and tourism. While this could bring economic benefits, it also poses a serious threat to the environment and the indigenous communities that call the Darien home. Conservation efforts are crucial to protecting the Darien Gap's unique ecosystems and cultures. Organizations are working to preserve the jungle and support sustainable development that benefits both the environment and the people who live there. So there you have it, Panama's Darien Gap, a land of mystery, danger, and unparalleled natural beauty. From its rich biodiversity to its deep cultural heritage, the Darien Gap is a place that challenges and rewards those who venture into its depths. If you're fascinated by wild, untamed places and want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to All About Panama for more adventures and discoveries. Let me know in the comments if you'd ever braved the Darien Gap, or if you've already experienced its wonders. And as always, stay curious, stay adventurous, and I'll see you in the next video.